Good evening, Unique Couples community.
Hello, everyone. Good to see all of you
How's
here.
yes, how's
Yes,
everybody doing? We are Vito and Linda Patrick, all the way from Freeport, Grand Bahama, in the Bahamas.
yes, it just keeps getting better.
Yes, and we want to welcome you to another Unique Couples Sunday Night Live.
And tonight we are having couples conversation, and we're so excited about our guests this evening. We have Kevin and Val Pinder and Dan and Deborah Smith. So we're in the Bahamas, we're in Eleuthera, and we are also in
Jacksonville, Florida.
Yes. So go ahead. You know the drill. Hashtag live squad. If you're watching live with us, go ahead and type that in chat. Let us know where you are watching from. So we're trying to do our country count, right? Yes. This week we had someone from Austria join our unique couples community. So we're all excited about that. So let us know if this is your first time. Go ahead and put first time in chat. This is our first couples conversation. And so we're all excited about that as well. Yep.
Yeah.
So go ahead, live squad, type in your location, let us know. We have almost over 60 years of marriage experience on this platform tonight. So let us know how long you've been married. We would really like to tally up all of those, right? That should be really interesting.
10 years.
That'll be a lot of years.
Yes, but in the chat, you want to go ahead and type in hashtag live squad. Also, you want to go ahead and tag. You want to go ahead and click that share button so you can share it. And you want to let your friends and family know we are about to get started.
Yes, invite a couple, tell a friend.
Yes. And go ahead and send some likes, send some hearts so we can see the likes and the hearts come up. For those of you that are watching on YouTube, you can make sure that you subscribe to the Unique Couples YouTube channel. Click on that subscribe button. Then also click on the notification bell so you can know whenever we are going live.
Yes.
So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and like, tag, and share. Also, if you have any questions, you want to put your questions in the chat.
Yes, definitely.
And let us know.
Okay, so what are we talking about tonight?
Tonight, we're talking about the biggest mistakes couples make in their marriage. The biggest mistakes couples make in their marriage.
Okay. Go ahead, type in. We want to see our live squad. If you are watching the replay, you can answer the questions as well. We are so excited about the support we are getting, and we want to thank the nail creation by Anna for supporting Unique Couples and the show tonight. So go ahead and find her, message her, and get all door love men. You could get your pedicures as well, right?
Yes, go ahead and contact Anna at 441-6240. Go ahead and book your appointment.
Yeah, so all our international people, when you come to the Bahamas, you know the spot to go to, okay? Yeah, so it'll be right there. And then, of course, we also want to thank Bare Necessity, all the way in 8 Mile Rock, all of your healthcare and beauty needs. Thank them for sponsoring tonight's show as well. So check out Bare Necessity and get all dolled up, everything you need to make sure that you are looking great on the outside as you do on the inside.
And when you go to Bare Necessity, make sure let them know that Unique Couples send you there.
Yeah.
Ensure that you let them know. And you can call them at 348-2385.
Okay.
They also do curbside service as well. So you can get that at Bare Necessity.
Okay, so we are all excited about our guests.
Yes, two more things we want to talk about before we bring on our guests. We want to talk about our Love Leave Clues treasure hunt.
Oh, well, I definitely know I want to talk about that.
Love I'm all Leave excited. Clues treasure hunt.
Just imagine trying to discover and select and find these clues that will be left for you and your partner to basically travel around your community or wherever you are, because this is a virtual event as well on April 4th. You can do it virtually. Pick up those clues, go and find those clues, And at each stop you make, there will be a surprise or something for you to do, and you get to share it with us virtually. We'll be live. So that is going to be an incredible experience. We know those persons who did it before had a great time, and we just had to do it again. So it's the Love Leaves Clues Treasure Hunt. You could register. The link is in chat. It is going to be phenomenal. You get to go on a hunt and pick up clues and prizes along the way and spend time with your loved one. Okay, so we have all of the activities and events for you to do, things for you to do on the hunt. That'll draw you and your partner closer. Okay, so if you're engaged, you're married, this is definitely for you to be a part of. Let us know so we could have your clues definite and activities designed especially for you. And then, of course, if you do the live event. Okay, we're still waiting for you to go ahead and tag a friend, tag a couple, let them know that we are live. And then the in-person event on Grand Bahama will be April 5th. So you get to definitely pick up and have those physical prizes as well as you go to each station, each area, looking for your clues and picking up goods along the way that you and your partner can enjoy, you and your spouse can enjoy together on the trail, as well as for when you go home later that evening.
Yes, and then we have our Think Like a Mistress Masterclass. Think
Yes.
Like a Mistress Masterclass, and that's going to be May the 3rd and May the 4th, just for ladies.
Oh yeah, only ladies only. Know how to have your spouse just loving you from head to toe and being able to get what you want from them, body, mind, and soul. That is going to be exciting. I see Corenda is saying hi. She is in YouTube. On YouTube, we're all, yes, we're streaming live on YouTube. Hello, hello. Everyone, yes, go ahead and register. Okay, so we're all excited. What are the biggest mistakes couples make? We have over 60 years experience coming to you now in the form of Pastor Kevin and Mrs. Valderine Pinder, and of course, Dan and Deborah Smith, all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. Go ahead. We want you to introduce yourselves. Let them know about your experience, and then we want to definitely dive into this topic tonight. Go ahead, everyone. Live squad. Hello, Kathy. Marlando. Yes. Oh, I think that's Jamaica in the house. Yeah. Jamaica's in the house. Okay. Yeah. So where are we?
Yeah, so let's start with Kevin and Val. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Valderine Pinder. I live in Governor's Harbour, Eleuthera. I'm formerly from Bimini. My husband and I were married for 30 years and happily married. I have two sons, Kevin Jr. and Roderick Pinder. I own a deli and I love to cook.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Val. Just a point in, because I know the deli is in Eleuthera. Let us know the name of your deli in Eleuthera. And yes, congratulations on 30 years. You see, I told you we had over 60 years in here. Yes. Congratulations. You see, they still honeymooning.
It's Val's Deli.
Okay. So if y'all in Eleuthera, y'all go to Val's Deli. Definitely hit them up this week. Okay, Kevin, you were going to.
Yeah, basically what she said. I was a police. I went to was a police officer. I got transferred to Bimini in September '89. We met in November of that year, and by June or July of 1990 we were engaged, and by March of 1691 we were married. Basically, a year and a half from meeting to marriage. And persons was saying, telling our mom in particular, listen, don't let them get married. They're too young. I was just turning 21 and she was 20. And people were saying, oh, they're too young. They just meet. They haven't been together so long. That ain't going to last. But hey, we're here 30 years later.
Awesome. That is definitely great. Oh, and if you missed their story, you can go ahead. It was posted on our Unique Couples Facebook page. You can read more about Kevin and Val Pinder, and I'm sure we're going to learn more about them tonight as we go through our topic. But go ahead and read their story and of course, leave them a wonderful comment there in the chat on our Unique Couples Facebook page. Okay.
Yes, Dan and Deborah, you can go ahead.
Hello, I'm Dan. I'm Dan. I'm Deborah Smith, and Dan and I have been married for 21 years. We have a blended family. We have 3 sons and 1 daughter. We have 6 grandchildren. I have retired from corporate America after 41 years, and I currently work part-time for a financial services company. As well, I have a platform that assists young males, and I enjoy spending time with my family.
Awesome.
Hey. Dan?
Yeah, okay, I'm Dan Smith Jr. I was in law enforcement for 40 years, retired as a supervisor special agent in 2015. After retiring for a couple of years, I decided to do something else. So I have 2 other businesses that I started, which are Mr. D's Handyman Service and Mr. D's Lawn Service. So I have 2 services with about 4 employees. I'm enjoying this lovely wife of mine. We have some, a lot of unique situation comes up, and but through it all, God sees us through it all. So it's a blessing to be here.
All right. Awesome. And it's a privilege to have both Dan and Deborah and Kevin and Val. It's awesome to have you. And I don't know if it's by coincidence, but both of you guys were in law enforcement.
Right.
Both of you were in law enforcement. So wow, that's powerful. That's powerful.
Yes.
So we're gonna go ahead and dive straight in so we can get started. And for our viewing community, if you have any questions, you wanna go ahead and put those questions in the chat. But we're gonna go ahead and start out with our first question to the couples. And like we said, the topic for today is the biggest mistakes couples make in their marriage.
Yeah.
So the first one we're going to talk about, let's talk about communication.
In the area of communication. Wow.
Yes,
wonderful.
In the area of communication. What are some of the biggest mistakes couples make in their marriage when it comes to communication?
Well, I think, it's very important to communicate. So if, whatever comes up, you need to communicate and talk about it, because no one is a mind reader. And a lot of times, if you have something bothering you and you fail to communicate that to your spouse, then they have no clue, no idea of what's going on. You may be acting a certain way and they're like, what's really going on? So if you don't communicate, then it's hard to get past whatever's going on. And then when you do communicate, it's very, very important for the other person to listen. One person can't do all of the yakking and not let the other person get a word in. But when one person is talking, the other one has to really listen, not just pretend you're listening, but you have to really, really listen. Look at those verbals, look at those eyes, the body language. Really do the communication in order to get past whatever is going on.
And with that being said, in communications, you have to be honest with your partner. If there's a problem, let's talk about it. That's where you got to listen. And then when you finish listening, then you got to be real and say, okay, I think this, give your opinion. How can you improve this communication? You always have to keep an open line of communication. I can tell Deborah I'm so used to that. If something bothered her, I can say, hey, babe, what's wrong? Well, if she don't want to talk about it, I said, no, you need to talk about it. So let's get it out. What is it? Regardless of what it would be. communicate with me so I can get some understanding.
Awesome. Right. Insist on that communicating.
Yes.
That communication.
Go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, I definitely would agree, particularly what Deborah said, that, you have to take that time to stop what you're doing. And this is what gets me in problems a lot. My wife is saying something to me and I'm preoccupied with something else. And she's going on, and I have to go like, huh? Like, what you saying? And she's like, so it's important to be in the moment, to pause, because if the understanding, if your spouse is saying something to you, then it's something that's important to them. And so you have to be in the moment to hear, not just listen, but to hear what they're saying and give them your attention. Because a lot of the communication is not just in the words, not just what is spoken, it's in the body language. It's how she may stand, how the look upon her face. And so be in the moment, pause anything else around you, and make that moment right now the center of your world, and to give that full attention.
All right.
Awesome. Yes.
Val, you want to add anything to communication?
I agree with everyone's opinion, but the most respectful thing is being honest with one another.
Yes, that's very important. Being honest, and I love what both couples say. You have to listen, you don't want to be preoccupied when you and your partner are talking. You want to make sure give that person your undivided attention. Listen, because it's very important that you listen, because communication is key.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very, very important. So the next question we want to talk about when it comes to the biggest mistakes couples make in marriage, let's talk a bit about parenting.
Oh, that's a definitely big area. Okay, I see some comments coming in the chat as well. If you have the biggest mistakes, definitely share that. We're going to get our couples to share some insight and some stories as well during this time. But if you do have some of your biggest mistakes that couples make, put it in chat for us. Put it in chat so that we can definitely see and also include that as a part of the conversation tonight. Yes, we need to be in the moment when communicating, be honest in communication. Yes, they are agreeing with what you are saying. Yes. Okay, so sorry. Yeah, we were in parenting, right?
On parenting.
Yeah, yes. Biggest mistake in parenting. I know, as young, it depends on where you are in your relationship and where you are in terms of your parenting. Parents who have newborns, or you still have young children, school age children, and then of course some of others have adult children, so the experience will be a little different. But share with us some things that parents probably would have done, couples would have done during any one of these stages. That would be a big mistake, so that our viewing audience could definitely take note, because we want to stop these mistakes.
Yeah, let's start with the Pinders.
I would say one of the biggest mistakes parents make while parenting is assuming that their children don't understand what's going on, and not realizing that children sense and children know when there's an issue going on between the two of you. And children are not little saints. They're not little angels and that come down with wings and it's not going to try to manipulate you. They will play on both of you to get what they want out from you. So what we had to learn early on is that, well, particularly me, that I had to say to my sons, listen, what did your mom say? Or did you ask your mom about it? And so what I would do first, I would say, well, go ask your mommy, and what she say, then come back, let me know what she says, and then we'll make a compromise in that area. I have some more things I want to share, but I don't want to take up the whole space.
Okay, and then I also want to add, in today's world, with social media and with the internet. Uh, I want one of you to chime in on some mistakes parents make when when it comes to parent and when it comes to social media. I want you also to talk about that as well, because we have the internet now and we have to be so careful when we are parenting.
Well,
go ahead, Dan and Deborah.
Well, our children are a little older, but as I watch my grandkids with it, I think that a lot of times everybody is just so busy that allowing our children and grandchildren to get on social media is a way that they can occupy themselves. So they're entertaining themselves while we're cooking or doing something else, grading papers or doing something that we need to do. And so we allow them to do it. But you have to be so careful now because there are so many things that goes on. As a matter of fact, this afternoon I was looking at an article on technology, and it was saying that technology is just so advanced. However, it is causing so many issues, especially with teens, because they are not as mature a lot of times as we think they are. So they're on social media. We don't have monitors on there for them not to be able to go on certain sites. So they go on all these sites. And then that's where a lot of the alcohol abuse and drugs and the bullying and all these issues come into play. So I think some of it we cause, but the social media is one of the big things that, it's useful, but then it has its obstacles as well, as far as the social media. And as far as my kids, I was kind of like a tough love mom. So the kids, they couldn't get away with, coming home and saying, well, my teacher did this and my teacher did that and blah, 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 because my first question to them would be, so what were you doing? Questions. Because I had a son that came one day and told me that, oh, my teacher would not let me use the restroom. I had to go so bad. And I was like, so what was going on in the class? Were you taking a test? What was going on? Nothing. She just wouldn't let me go. I said, okay, no problem. Because I always told them, be respectful to, elders. Just come and tell me and I'll take care of it. So first thing, I go to school and I say, did Jermaine have an issue? I shouldn't say his name. Sorry about that. Did he have an issue on yesterday? And she was like, yes. He had to use the restroom, but we were taking a test. I say, see, that was the first question I asked. But see, I would always be on top of that and not think. I knew that they were angels. So, that's one thing that we really need to do, because our educators have so much that they need to do, and they're trying to teach, and they don't have time to teach and parent and everything else. But our parents need to step up and tell our kids how to treat elders and be respectful. And we should not treat them like, they're all angels. It's two sides to every story.
Awesome. That is so true. That is so true. And then sometimes we only get to hear that one side, and when we run with that. But yeah, there always needs to be room for growth. Sorry, Pinders, you were talking.
Yeah. No, what I was going to say also to parents that may have children in that preteen age. With my sons, we dealt with them a little hard in the early years, disciplining them and trying to mold them. And that I dealt with them from almost like a police, perspective. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do, and had them sort of boom, boom, boom. But I found out as they started to get into 11, 12, around that age, that tactic really wasn't working with them anymore. And so I had to start more having an open channel of communicating with them and letting them know that, listen, you can come and talk to me. Don't hide anything from me. And I think that's what parents need to learn, that there's a time in your child's life where you need to shift from the disciplinary and to someone that they can come to for advice and counsel and anything, and let them know that any and everything is on the table. My oldest son came to me, I think he was about either 11 or 12. I think he was 12. He wasn't quite 12 yet. And out of the Blue, asked me about, he said, Daddy, where do babies come from? And I was like, first of all, I say, oh, don't worry about that. You got plenty time to learn about that and know about that. And like 2 days later, it dawned on me. I said, listen, if you don't have a conversation with this boy about this, then he's going to go to his friends and he's going to go to other persons to find out the information. Who's probably going to tell him something that you incorrect or improper about how to treat women and all these other stuff. So you need to have this conversation. So I went to him and I said, listen, your birthday is in the next couple months or weeks. I don't think it was months. I think it was a few weeks. I said to him, when you get 12, I said, you wait for me. I said, we'll have that conversation. I'll take you out someplace on your birthday and we'll have this conversation. And that's what I did with him. I didn't tell him anything about any birds and any bees. I didn't tell him any fairy tale stories. I sat him down and I told him, I said, listen, a girl's body is different from your body. This is how she's going to develop. This is how you're going to develop. You're going to start having something. And I had an open conversation with him. And I think that's what parents need to start doing with their children. Have open conversations. Allow them, let them know that they can come to you with anything.
Yeah, I agree with Kevin on that, because you got to have the open conversation and go back to social media. There's a point that you got to stop your kids from on that social media and and have a conversation with them about life, about things, how to do different things. Because when they grow up, in social media, then they don't know how to do nothing. Whereas to some easy stuff, mechanical stuff, or some advice they might need, but you do have to have open conversations, and that's what I had with my boys. And I tell them like straight up, they do something wrong, hey, I'm gonna punish you. And my punishment wasn't taking stuff away from them. Mm-hmm. I go and tell them, hey, once I finish this, I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna give you a spanking. So the youngest one, he tickled me. Come in, give me a spanking. Time I said, so he done went in and put on 5 pair of pants. And with him doing that, okay, now look what done happened. So you got your pants down, you're undershorts. You got more punishment coming to him than he would have got. Just put on 1 pair. But you got to communicate with them. I'm so glad my boys, even when they wanted to get married, they come up to me and they will walk around and they want to talk. That's not what I'm doing. Man, I want to get married. I'm gonna get engaged. So that's like, you got to keep it. Some parents don't want to have that open communication. That's where you got to, like say, you got to stop. You got to have time to talk with them, be open with them. You got to have time.
Yes, definitely. So that's very important. Excellent points when it comes to parenting. So we're gonna go on and go into our third section when it comes to the biggest mistakes couples make in their marriage, and the third one is going to be sex life. So let's talk about sex life. What are some of the biggest mistakes couples make in their marriage when it comes to sex life?
I think one of the biggest things in sex life, you're not marrying your wife for sex. If you got that on your top of your brain and your mind, if that's why you're married, then you're gonna have a problem. And that's one of the biggest things that I find. Listen to people when they talk about sex. You don't marry a woman for sex. I mean, that's not the way you do it. I mean, a woman is a precious person. That's what my thing is. They're very precious. And I'm not, I don't marry her for sex. So, but that's one of the things, the biggest thing, that you marrying for sex. That's not here. And then also, if you got a problem that you have in your relationship about sex, then that's when you got to openly talk about it and see what's the problem is and get down to the problem.
Yeah, and I think we'll add to that too. What we'll say is, letting the fire go out, forgetting to have fun with each other, and things like that. Where we get so busy and caught up in life that we forget to celebrate each other, and just pick up the phone, pause through the day, and just call. She's better at that than me. Calling and say, "Hey, Kevin, where are you? How your day going?" Little things like that, it will keep the romance alive in your marriage.
Right. You have to have fun. So you saying sex, I mean, you have fun. If you only time you enjoying that other person's body is when you physically having sex, then something is wrong. Because I mean, if I just want to play with your ear, that should be, that's affection. So that should mean just as much,
Mm-hmm.
So it's not all about the physical act. You should, do things to your spouse that, makes them feel that way. You have to treat them the right way all the time. Just like, some people think, well, my wife, she has to do all the cooking. I'm not going to help her cook. I'm not going to help her clean up. I'm not going to do anything. But when I get ready to have sex, that's what I'm going to do. And then that wife's all tired and worn out. But it's like, we share stuff. Both of us will wash. Both of us will clean. Both of us wash dishes. Both of us do anything. So then I don't have the excuse, oh, I'm just so tired. I'm just too tired. I just can't. You have to be partners. I think, when days ago when maybe more family mothers were at home and they weren't working, maybe that was different. But we have to have a partnership. And so a partnership is in everything. I feel like, you have to have a partnership in raising the children, taking care of the home with your finances, and then in the bedroom as well. So all of it is a partnership.
What I would say in that line too, and because when we talk about affection and showing affection, we as men, and I'm talking particularly in our Bahamian culture, we think that showing of affection, is something just for the woman to do, to show affection this way. But I want to say to all the brothers that are online that is viewing this tonight, if you start showing affection, just a little touch, and hey honey, how you doing? And like Deborah said, the touch doesn't have to lead to a sexual encounter. Let it build up over the, today you just touch and play and play around, and let it go into another day, and let it go. And I trust you'll find that woman or your spouse will begin to open up to you. Because if she feels that she's being respected, if she feels that she has your love, that she has your affection, that she is your queen or she is your world, and you can't wait to come home to her, it will come. Don't force it. Don't always just force it, like Dan said earlier, that everything just to be about the act, but it has to be about other stuff.
Awesome points, definitely. You have to make sure, and I love the partnership part of not making sure that your spouse is not feeling the burden of all of the household chores. Yeah, to chime in with that. But so I think, ladies, we definitely like that. The fact that our spouses are helping out more, so you're not exhausted and tired, and then barely have time to feel interested in sex. So,
Ooh. I think we lost the host.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh boy. So I don't know if other persons are still on, or did we lose everyone else?
Well, looks like we're still on. It still says live up there. So what we still had finance, talking about finances and how that can impact your marriage.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe you want to go?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We were having some technical difficulties on our side.
Go right ahead.
But go right ahead.
Okay, we were going to start talking about the finances, how that can impact your marriage. And, you know, sometimes when people marry, you think you know everything about the other person, but you may not. So that person may have really, really, really horrible credit. They may have been in bankrupt before, whatever. Again, I guess that goes back to the communication, because those are some of the things that you need to talk about before you get married. Like, are we going to have joint accounts? Are we going to have separate accounts? Are we going to have savings? Where are we going to bank? All of these things you need to talk about before you get married. But it's, you know, that can be a huge issue if you get married and then you go to try to buy a home or get a car or something, and you're doing it together like in Florida. Regardless of, like, if I try to go buy something, it's still going to be in Dan and I's name. So it's a joint state. So, you know, to go and try to buy something in our names and we can't get it, and it's like, well, why? I got good credit. And then come find out what Dan has horrible credit. So those things you need to talk about, because, you know, as you read and do research, and I've done that for different reasons, they say that one of the major causes of divorce in marriages is about finances. And so, you know, that can be really bad, because one person, you know, the way the economy is today, and we have to, you know, the expenses for our children and sending them to college and all of that, expenses are very high. So it normally takes a two-family income to do things. So that's not something you want to have conflict with, because that's something that you need to run smoothly so your household can run smoothly. Not because you love money, but you need money to make everything work.
And I concur with what you say there, Deborah. And I would say to persons that are viewing, you can't be afraid to have the conversation. And if you're afraid to have the conversation before you get married, that should be red flags of what's going to happen in the marriage. You can't be so excited about wanting to get to a date, you know, and be so bubbly and all the birds and the bees and everything going around you in this fantasy land, and you don't pause to have these discussions before you get married. And then if you're already in it, then you still have to find a way for both partners, both persons, to sit down and have the conversation, you know, about finances.
All right.
Next up.
All right, so you guys would have spoken about finances, the biggest mistakes couples make in their marriage when it comes to finances. Excellent points from both of you.
Thanks.
Okay, so when we look at the biggest mistakes couples make in their marriage, that's the conversation we have. We want to hear from you as well. Unique Couples Community, put your biggest mistake that you think would be the biggest mistake couples make. We're going to ask Dan and Deborah and Kevin and Val to let us know the biggest one. Choose one for the end. But we have another one that we want to talk about, and that is what you do in crisis or when a problem comes. What is the biggest mistake couples make when there's a crisis or a problem?
I think it's one of the biggest things is not addressing it. When the crisis come, whether God's on it. Her end, my end, we got to discuss it and come to a conclusion. Because if you don't, it can cause major problems. So that's one of the biggest mistakes that couples make. When it comes to a crisis, you got to discuss it. You got to come, put that word I used to use in my law enforcement. You got to come clean. Come clean with me. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, and I agree with that 100%. We tend to shut down. I'll share like experience I had with someone just the other day. I was talking to them. They had separated. This couple had separated, and they were talking to get back together. They started communicating, started talking, getting back together. So my advice to them was, listen, take this slow. So in that conversation, the woman had told the wife had told the husband, if such and such a thing happens, we can't get it's going to be over. Before they got back together, the husband got information that such and such a thing was going to be happening. These are things that are outside of his control. He was so scared and nervous about going and having that conversation with his wife that he didn't say anything. He didn't say anything about that. Listen, the thing that you said that we can't get back together, if this happened, has happened. She finds out through a third party. And so it caused the whole reunion and getting back together to just be mash up. And so I said to him, what you should have done in that instant, the minute you found that out, although I know you were scared, I know you want to be back with your wife, and I know you were worried about what was going to happen, the possibility, you still should have gone to her and said, honey, XYZ is the case. And the thing is, we tend to shut down when crisis come or when trouble hit. We shut down and we don't open up and to explain and discuss, hey, listen, I made a boo-boo, or it may not be your fault, or this has happened. And it's both of us, we need to fix it. We need to work through this together. Communicate. Back to the first thing, communication.
All right. So I always come back around to that communication, because I don't care what it is or what type crisis it is, you have to have that conversation. And I guess it was early part of 2015, I went to get a mammogram and I had a bad result. And I was going to have to go in to find out if I had breast cancer. And it was just killing me inside, but I didn't want to tell my kids or Dan, because I don't know what I thought was going to happen, but it was like, I just wanted to just take care of it by myself. And if I was going to die or something, I didn't want them to know or whatever. And I just got this big lump in my throat, and Dan's like, what's going on? I was like, well, give me a minute. I was not going to tell you, but, and he was like, how could you not tell me something like that? So regardless of what it is, you have to share it,
And what we have to understand too, a lot of these things that when when it comes up in our marriage and fear grips us, we have to understand that too is part of the plan of Satan to get in between our marriages. To cause this disruption in the marriage, and to cause us not to communicate the thing. Maybe we think maybe the person's going to walk, or we don't know how they're going to handle it. And so we get so fearful. And we have to remember, God didn't give us a spirit of fear, but it was a spirit of love, of power, and a sound mind. And we keep operating in that spirit, I believe, of respect, of love, and empowerment of each other. I think our marriages will continue to grow and get stronger and stronger.
Yes.
Awesome. Loving it. Write your takeaways. We want to see. I see Corenda said one of the biggest takeaways is talking to outsiders rather than our spouse. That is definitely one, and that relates to what Kevin said earlier. Yeah. So third party and having those third party in your marriage could definitely be detrimental. Will be a huge mistake couples make in their marriage. So we talk about crisis, what couples do during crisis, finance,
sex, parenting, communication.
Yeah, so biggest mistake. So we just want to wrap up with, what do you think is the biggest, as in number one mistake couples make? So we want your opinion on that. Let us know what you think the biggest mistake, the number one mistake that couples make in their marriage. We're gonna Kevin and Val, and then Dan and Deborah, let us know the number one mistake that couples make as we kind of bring this to a close. And for our Unique Couples community, remember, we want to see your takeaways as well. So you can put in, let's tally up these votes and see what was the biggest mistake couples make in their marriage. It might be the same thing. Let's hear.
You want me to name the 5 again?
So I mean, those are areas we were looking at, but you know, and then for you personally, it could have been, hey, what's the biggest mistake I've ever made? Y'all have been over 15 years easily for both of you. Deborah, those have 21 years, and Kevin, those recently celebrated 30. So what has been the biggest mistake that you have made? Maybe you want to take that angle as a couple over these past 20 years.
Well, I think to me, is to sum it up, is communication. It's not communicating. It's one of the biggest mistakes that couples make.
Okay.
And I would say too, not appreciating the changes that take place in each other over the course. I know definitely I'm not married. We think marriage is this rigid thing that we get married and that's what it is. But marriage is also a living organism. I'm not the same person 30 years ago that I was. Some things I like doing then I don't like doing anymore. Same thing with her. And we just sort of, and it's always evolving. It's always changing. And so sometimes when you think you have it figured out and you got everybody, it is down packed, change is gonna happen. Accept the changes. That was, and appreciate the other person for who they are and what they bring to the table.
All right, ladies, we want to hear from you. The biggest takeaway.
Okay, I will say this. I think that a lot of times, you know, there may be something about your significant other that bothers you, and you know this before you get married, but you go ahead and do it. Go ahead and get married, and then because you think, oh, they'll change or I can change them or whatever. No. If there is something that bothers you, you need to take care of that before you get married. Like, I am a person, and I told my friend Carol Crockett, she and I have coffee chat, so we were talking about this, and I said, I think Carol's my friend because with knowing her this short time, I realized that she's honest, trustworthy, blah, blah, blah. I said, I cannot stand a liar. Always tell me the truth. And we had a situation before we got married about not telling the whole thing. So to me, that was like not telling the truth. And so we stopped it right there. It's like, look, you know, this is what you told me, but I found out the truth. Now, you have to be honest with me. If you can't be honest with me, we're not going to get married because you can't be truthful with me and I can't trust you. We're not getting married because I'm not going to be married to somebody I can't trust. So they're just nipping in the bud, you know, not, you know, just pretend that didn't happen. Oh, that was just a little thing. If it really bothered you, you need to talk about it and take care of it and before you move forward.
Well, me, I'm very short of patience. If you don't, I'm very short of patience. So if you don't do what I say, that's it.
I feel you.
Yeah.
So this isn't change. We talk about change.
Pardon?
I said we talk about change, you know, all about the changes that happen in marriage, you know, and how we grow and change, and you know. All right.
After 30 years, it's still a work in progress.
Yes, there are just things we always need to work on, and we mustn't take it for granted. Yes, and I love what you said earlier, Kevin. You said marriage is a living organism, right?
Yes.
Marriage is a living organism. Yes. Okay, so we had some comments.
always
Listen, we
tell
want
her,
to see
though.
the love and chat for Kevin and Val and Dan and Deborah. Put those hearts in chat, please. Let those hearts go up. Click that button. Okay, go ahead, Kevin.
I just had one more thing to say. I always tell her we'll resolve every issue if she just says I'm right with everything. Dan coughed on that one.
well, Kevin, what you're saying, not that, but you know, my favorite thing to do is go fishing. And you know, I might get up first thing in the morning, hey man, I'm going fishing. You know, and then if something that she wanted me to do or something I didn't do, she have a, you know, I see the facial expression coming out. So I said, well, you just get some understanding. You know, I like to go fishing. It's relaxing, even if I don't catch anything. You know, go out on the boat, it's relaxing. So, you know, me and my son, we'll go fishing.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, let's see some thumbs up or something in the chat if you could hear us. You know, we're still here. Make sure we could okay. So yeah. So a whole lot happens in marriage. We know it's a living organism, like Kevin has said. And we need to be growing and changing and accepting the changes that happen with our spouses and loving them in spite of. And I just want to go back to what Deborah was saying. When we think about ladies, especially, we think that we can fix our men. You know, something we might be particularly annoyed about, and we figured, oh, that'll change during marriage. But we know that, hey, it can never change. It never changes. Hi, Rowena. You caught us today live.
Hey, Ro.
Yes. Okay. So it never changes. You can't. In fact, you can't change anyone. So that is definitely something. So share no matter what. We have some takeaways that we definitely like to mention. When you have problems, you definitely need to acknowledge it. That's a problem that couples definitely face. And then no one is a mind reader. Love that.
Yeah. Communication. You have to communicate.
No matter what it is. If you're communicating, it'll be about sex. You have to communicate about finance. You have to communicate about all of those different things. So these are, we discussed tonight, the biggest mistakes couples make in their marriage. Go and work on it. If you're having an issue with any of these areas, go and work on it. If you need the help to do that, you can contact us at uniquecouplesforkindle@gmail.com. You can email us for marriage coaching. And then we definitely have the How to Strengthen Your Marriage group, where you can go ahead. We have all the motivation, inspiration, and transformation you need to help your marriage. So you can go ahead. And what are we discussing tomorrow?
Tomorrow night in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook private group, we're going to be talking about why am I not having sex.
Yeah, so we're going to tackle one of those areas. Yeah.
Yes.
Why am I not having sex? So ladies, gentlemen, be there for that conversation. That is what, 7:30 tomorrow. Yes, Eastern Standard Time. If you're not a part of the group, go ahead and request to be a part of that. We have great things going on in there as well. Yeah, so takeaways, put your takeaways in. We want to thank Bare Necessity and for sponsoring. We also want to thank Nail Lab Creations by Anna. Thanks for this sponsorship. And before we go, we want to invite our guests to tell our Unique Couples community how they can get in touch with you. Deborah, we know that you wrote a book. I so love your platform, Build Your Best Life. So talk to us about your platform and what you do, your book, and then we're going to invite Kevin and Val to let our viewers know where they can reach you on social media or anywhere else, and what you do. Yeah.
All right. My passion is helping high school age and young adult males to overcome obstacles in their lives. So they may have obstacles that they were raised up with, like being in a single family home, homelessness, learning disabilities, whatever, or what society has brought into their lives, bullying, and asking them to be in gangs or whatever. And I know these young men can overcome these things and be successful. They are intelligent. They have it all going on for them, but a lot of them don't know the basic principles that assist them in knowing right from wrong and how to get where they need to get. So that's what my platform is all about. It's based off of basic principles. And I do have those principles in my book, Build Your Best Life. And you can get that book on my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org. And on that website, it talks about my platform, tells a little bit more about myself. I have a daily blog on there, and my web store is on there where you can get the book, autographed copy of the book. You can get it also on Amazon.com. And if you are in the Bahamas, you can contact Anastasia Smith. She has signed copies there in the Bahamas so that you can get them quickly as well. But please follow me on all social media, Build Your Best Life with Deborah D. Smith. I have live videos every Tuesday and Thursday at 6:30 p.m. and Saturday mornings at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So thank you so much, and thank you for having us tonight, Vito and Linda. And nice meeting you, Kevin and Val.
Nice meeting you guys also. Yeah, well, I'm Kevin Pinder. I pastor Kingdom Living Ministries here in Eleuthera. We're located in Palmetto Point. I live in Governor's Harbor. My contact is 823-6824. That's 1-242-823-6824. I do counseling with married couples and those looking to get married. I do counseling with those, and I also have a live Bible study that I stream on my Facebook page, Kevin Pinder. Simple as that, Kevin Pinder, on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And I discuss different topics from week to week. And so you're welcome to tune in and be a part of the live feed on Facebook or our Zoom link. I attached the Zoom link to my Facebook page also, so you can tune in by Zoom and ask questions live if you so desire.
Awesome. I know, Deborah, you said the book is on Amazon. Yes, I think someone was asking. You did say it's on Amazon, so you can go ahead and get your copy, Build Your Best Life. Great platform catering to our young men, and we need our men, as head of the home. We need our men to be strong. We need our men to be taking the leadership roles that they are designed and destined to be, so that we could have our society running like how it is supposed to be. And so we're so excited that you are focusing on our young men and making sure that they are strong, because it's better to build stronger men than to repair broken. So we're so excited about that. And Kevin, so like Pastor Kevin said, you can go ahead and reach him for counseling. The number is there, 242-823-6824. So we had a wonderful time tonight. Did we say correctly?
6824. Yeah, 242-823-6824.
Okay, awesome. Okay. So we have those in the chat. And then, of course, go ahead and register for the first, we have the Love Leaves Clues. We want to see all of you there. Those of you who are registered already, Miss Deborah, I know you're registered already for the Think Like a Mistress. I know some people here are registered. Go ahead and put registered. I spoke to someone again today, and they're like, hey, I'm all excited. about the masterclass, Think Like a Mistress Masterclass, and then they want to get in on the treasure hunt. Oh my goodness, I didn't know the treasure hunt involved all of that. That is so exciting that you get to do all of these activities and it's all planned for you. So I don't have to worry about trying to plan it for my husband or my spouse or whoever. And we can just go ahead and enjoy the clues, finding the clues, leading up to do the different activities and have all that excitement prepared by someone else, and you just show up and have the fun. So if you're not registered for the Love Leaves Clues treasure hunt, you need to go ahead. We have limited space. Register today. The link is in the chat. So if you're interested, put treasure hunt in chat. Just go ahead and type hashtag treasure hunt. You can get the link. We'll definitely send it to you. So if you're interested, put treasure hunt in chat, and then we can get you the link. We can message that to you if you're having a problem accessing it on Facebook or YouTube. Okay, so go ahead and put treasure hunt to be a part of that amazing experience. And then, of course, the Think Like a Mistress Masterclass. Ladies, if you're a lady, you need to be there. There's no question. We talk about investing in our we do invest in our marriage, like for the wedding. Like we do it for the wedding. And Pastor Kevin talked about marriage is a living organism, and then you change as you go along. People change, you change, your spouse change, and then we want to think that we're still the same persons we are like on our wedding day. So we put all that investment in our wedding day, and then we don't put any investment in our marriage. We are telling you, you need to invest. Yeah. Find the money to be a part of the Think Like a Mistress Masterclass if you're a lady. Men,
we'll have something for the men.
Later. Register your wives for that. Register your ladies for that to make sure that they are part of that. And then, of course, you too be a part of the Unique Couples Love Leaves Clues treasure hunt. It is going to be intimacy at its best, where we specifically design the program so that you can do activities to draw closer to each other as a couple. So make sure that you're a part of the Think Like a Mistress Masterclass and the Love Leaves Clues treasure hunt. Okay, this is the investment you're making in your relationship. Be intentional about it, because otherwise, if you're not, we'll be like couples who are sailing in the wind and drifting apart. And we don't want that to happen, because we're building stronger couples here and all around the world. So we're all excited. Yes. Okay. Oh, Rena said, what, 20K? Yeah, let's see this comment. Boy, I remember that. 20K was a lot of money. So now the investment time. Definitely. So you did the 20K for the wedding day. Now it's time to be doing those little investments along the way to make sure that you maintain that relationship you spend so much money on to get married. The wedding day is not the marriage. Okay, it's the things that you do daily.
After the wedding day.
Yeah, it's just after the wedding day. So make sure you have it all hooked up. Make sure you are being intentional about loving each other, dating each other, and we provide those experiences. So we're so happy and excited about those events and about your marriage and your relationship.
Yeah. So once again, we want to thank Dan and Deborah Smith for joining us this evening, along with Kevin and Val Pinder. We had an awesome time talking about the biggest mistakes couples make in their marriage.
Don't forget to share this. Share. We didn't give out any prizes tonight. We did not give out any prizes. We had to give out prizes. What is the question? We need a question. Okay. This is an easy one. Dan and Deborah said how long they've been married. The first person who has not already won a prize, the first person to let us know how long they've been married, you could go ahead and type it in the chat. We will be a part of the Think Like a Mistress Masterclass. We will do, I think we will do 2. So the first 2 persons to put in the answer for that, go ahead. When we come at the end, we always do the prizes. So you have to stay until the end. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and answer the questions and put in your points as well. Okay?
Those watching the replay, put in hashtag replay.
Yes. Okay.
And then another question while we are waiting on some answers. So What profession were Dan and Kevin? What profession was Dan and Kevin? So you would have had to be on from the beginning to know what their former profession was.
Okay, it's not 30 years. We're not 30 years would have been Kevin and Val. That's how long they've been married. They're celebrating 30 years. We're talking about Dan and Deborah. Yes, how long they've been married. Okay, so if you're watching replay and you know the answer, type it in as well. We are going to do something. So with everyone who put in the answer, we'll do something with that and give out some prizes. And then your prize, we'll also do that as well. Okay. Yeah. Oh yes, we see the answer for that. This is like Think Like a Mistress, right?
Yes.
Law enforcement. Okay. Yeah, someone definitely put in the answer for that. Okay. Great. Lynn Colley, you didn't win a prize already, right? Okay, awesome. You'll be a part of that. She'll give away her ticket to someone else if she already, or we'll reimburse you if you got your ticket already. Okay.
Yes, we are. Yes. So
we had fun, excitement. We're gonna end tonight.
Yes, we had fun sharing with you guys tonight. We had a great time with Kevin and Val, along with Dan and Deborah. So at Unique Couples, we are building stronger couples, healthier marriages, and happier families. We had fun. We love you guys. We'll see you all tomorrow night in the How to Strengthen Your Marriage Facebook private group for Sip and Spill.
Why am I not having sex?
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having us.